This is Tyrannosaurus rex, a 12-metre long, 8-ton hypercarnivore, and anointed ruler of the Cretaceous North American landscape, the tyrant lizard king. For nearly 2 million years, there was little able to challenge its dominance, but when a mountain-sized asteroid travelling at over 20 kilometers a second crashed into the coast of what would become modern-day Mexico, the reign of T-Rex was abruptly ended. And it was not alone. In all, more than 75% of species on Earth would go extinct as a result of the impact. One of the most devastating mass extinction events the world has ever seen. Despite its apocalyptic nature, there were, however, survivors, including a group that today represents one of the most species-rich vertebrate lineages on Earth. Inhabiting both poles and just about everywhere in between, we are, of course, talking about birds. So how, when the mighty T-Rex went extinct, did birds prevail? This is how birds survived a mass extinction. Birds are often overlooked, but they are the only group of dinosaurs to have survived the End-Cretaceous mass extinction. Whilst the tyrant king and its colossal brethren may have dominated in their time, birds were able to outlast them all. And this is all the more impressive when you realise the devastation caused by the impact. When the asteroid hit, it triggered a series of catastrophic events. In the immediate vicinity of the impact, rock, water and any life unfortunate enough to have been in the area were instantly vaporised. Away from the impact, shockwaves rippled out across the globe and wildfires roared. The truly global scale of devastation, however, came from the cloud of dust created by the impact. This blast debris or ejecta was formed from the gypsum-rich rock present in the region, filling the atmosphere globally with sun-blocking sulfates. The lack of sun ravaged plant life. Unable to photosynthesize for potentially months, many plants entered periods of dormancy and others simply died, leading to the collapse of entire food chains and worldwide extinctions. Through this hardship, some groups clearly did survive. Overwhelmingly, they were small. Large-bodied individuals require large amounts of food. With the collapse of food chains, this became harder to come by. Now, dinosaurs aren't exactly known for their dainty nature, and in the end, their huge size that allowed them to dominate contributed to their downfall. Of course, not all dinosaurs were huge, and not all dinosaurs died. Birds happen to be some of, if not the smallest dinosaurs about, and they also happen to be the only ones to survive. Even among birds, however, there was a marked difference in size between those that went extinct and those that didn't, with smaller species faring far better. Important as it was, size wasn't the only factor working in their favour. Another characteristic that proved useful to our feathered friends was flight. In a time of emergency, it is helpful to be able to get away from danger as quickly as possible, and flight certainly enables just that. The ability to rapidly disperse to find more favourable conditions would certainly have helped birds in the apocalyptic landscape of the post-impact world. As mentioned, many birds did go extinct. Gone were the hugely diverse and abundant Enantiornithes, the Ichthyornithes and Hesperornithes. In fact, only a single lineage prevailed, the Neornithes, the group that led rise to all modern birds. And while some of the birds that did go extinct were large and some couldn't fly, it doesn't quite explain why Neornithes were sole survivors of the End-Cretaceous mass extinction. Surprisingly, their feet might offer a clue to their good fortune. An analysis by Field et al. Has suggested that whilst the more diverse Enantiornithes displayed recurved claws and reversed toes indicative of tree dwelling, the Neornithine common ancestor of all modern birds was likely ground dwelling. The importance of not living in trees is clear when you consider the wildfires, acid rain and sun-blocking soot caused by the impact, triggering deforestation on a global scale. This loss of vegetation meant that tree-dwelling organisms like Enantiornithines were almost destined to go extinct, and without the competition of their more species-rich relatives, the ornithes could diversify into the range of forms seen today. Whilst the End-Cretaceous mass extinction brought death to most, to some it brought opportunity. For millennia, the great Mesozoic reptiles ruled the land, seas and skies, until suddenly they did not. In their place spawned a plethora of new forms, feathered, furred and scaled, ready to grab hold of the new freedoms offered. For these groups, luck was on their side. The luck to be in the right place at the right time, and to have features that would end up benefiting them in their newfound landscape. For our birds, their small size, ability to fly, and ground-dwelling nature all contributed to their ultimate success. And what a success it has been. The age of dinosaurs is often thought to have ended alongside the mighty T-Rex, but if the End-Cretaceous mass extinction can teach us anything, it's that in a world of behemoths, sometimes it helps to be small and unassuming. And with nearly 10,000 species alive today, perhaps the age of dinosaurs never ended at all.